How to build great initiatives for OKRs. Yes, just understanding about what is initiatives, what is the role of initiatives may not be sufficient enough to build great initiatives for the OKRs. So it is very much essential to know about how to build great initiatives for the success of OKRs is very much essential. This module will help you to understand how you can build great initiatives for the success of your OKRs. Now let's understand how to build great initiatives. What are the steps involved in building the great initiatives? Let us assume there is an objective defined and we have identified the key result to support that objective or to measure that objective. Okay. So now we need to identify the right initiatives to support or deliver the key result. So what we need to do is we need to do a detailed brainstorming analysis to identify what are all the probable efforts that are required to deliver the KR. These probable efforts are called as the initiatives. Once we identified all the probable efforts or so-called initiatives, then what we need to do is we need to understand what is the influence level of each of the initiatives that we identified on the KR accomplishment. What it means? Let us say there are 3 or 4 initiatives we identified, and each initiative will have different level of results when you complete those initiatives. Each initiative may not deliver the same level of results, right? So we need to understand what each of the initiative can deliver the results. If we know that at higher level, then we will be in a position to derive the level of influence of each of the initiatives. For example, one of the initiative may contribute maybe 80% of the success of the care. Another initiative may contribute maybe 20% of the success of the care. So we need to define our level of influence on the care based on the assumptions and the facts that we have on the initiatives. Identify the initiatives which are always having the higher level of influence on the KRs. For example, there are 3 or 4 initiatives identified. Each initiative is having different level of influence. So we need to identify only the initiatives which are having highest number in terms of the influence level on the key result success. Always try to identify the efforts which can deliver higher value with less efforts or less resources. That means if you have 4 or 5 initiative in place, if you pick and choose which are going to support 80% of the success of the KR instead of 10% success of the KR, then that is called identifying the higher value initiatives with the less efforts. Instead, if you choose the initiatives which are having lower level of influence, then what we may need to do is we may need to spend lot of our efforts, energy and resources on the initiatives. But at the end of the day, when you accomplish that initiative, you may need to able to understand only it can yield maybe 5 or 10% results on the key results. So that is why it is highly recommended to choose the highest level of influence initiatives so that when you accomplish that initiative, you will be able to deliver greater results on the key results. Let's understand from this example. An organization recognized that their customer experience is not so good. This was understood by them from the market or direct feedback from their customers or by conducting market research, or it might be through their KPIs, key performance indicators. Now the organization has decided that they need to focus on this problem to improve it. They have formulated an objective as like this: improve our customer experience. How can they measure this improvement? That's where key results come into picture. The key result here is increase customer satisfaction score from 30 to 80. Because when they increase the customer satisfaction score from 30 to 80, it is a clear indication that their customers are feeling better compared to earlier. So this is a sign through which they can ensure that their customers are happier than earlier. This 30 may come from their current KPI data. Now it is very important step where we need to derive the initiatives to achieve this key result. Ask this question by yourself and with your team, that how can we increase our customer satisfaction score from 30 to 80? What are all the things that we need to do to move the needle from 30 to 80? You may get many ideas. Those high level ideas are called as initiatives. But there is a better way, a structured way to identify the initiatives. Ask yourself, what are the probable reasons or causes which can pull down the customer experience, or what is exactly causing our customer experience not so good? Those reasons or causes will give you a direct answer for your proposed initiatives. Let's say in this case, the causes are: one is long customer care queues. So customers not able to reach their customer support executives. Second one is poor service support by the organization. Defective products supplied by the organization, or the organization's warranty claims are very tedious, where the customers are not able to get their claims for the defective products. So these are all the probable root causes which is causing their customers not feeling so happy. If we rank this to understand what is the top one or top two things which is contributing higher level of issues to the customer dissatisfaction. So in this case, the ranking order goes like this, which means the long customer care queue is what the significant reason for the customer's dissatisfaction. We always need to identify the initiatives in such a way to solve the problem causes. Here the problem causes are these four. Okay. So in this case, the organization has identified these initiatives to solve the root causes of the problem. One of the initiative is implement in-application live chat. In-application live chat they identified as an initiative because they need to solve the topmost root cause of the problem is long customer care queue. When they deploy the in-application live chat, this can significantly reduce number of customers not able to reach the customer care executives, or number of people can be served by an organization in a day will go up significantly. So that is how they identified this as one of the initiative, which is exactly correlating to solve the cause of the problem, which is the long customer care queue. The second initiative they come up with, that they need to implement 24/7 customer care, which means it can further increase the number of unattended customers, or number of customers can be reached out with the large amount of network. The third initiative is they identified that implement pan India service network, because this will have a direct correlation with poor service support. The service support can be enhanced through providing pan India level service network, so that they are very close to the customers. They can serve the customers much better. And the fourth initiative they identified is upgrade and relaunch a product XX, maybe YY, or some XX product in their portfolio. This fourth initiative, they think that it could contribute to reducing the defects that their products are causing today. Okay, it can minimize the defect rates so that the customers need not come back to the organization or the company. And also it can solve the number of warranty claims from the customers. When the product is good, when the product is not giving issues, then the number of warranty claims also will come down, right? So this is the way they come up with uh, initiatives list to solve the causes of the problem, right? So now in this above example, they have clearly identified all the initiatives, but how the initiatives can be identified, whether it is effective or not effective, or what has to be done first, what has to be done second. Okay, so when they identified these initiatives contribution rate, it goes like this: the initiative 1 is contributing to 50% to the success of the KR. The initiative 2 is contributing to the success of KR at the rate of 25%. Initiative 3 contributes only 10% to the success of the KR. Initiative 4 may contribute to the success of the KR only at 5% rate, which means after completion of only the initiative 4, they could see, or it could lead to only 5% improvement from the score of 30. They may reach maybe 32, 33, 34, or 35, right? For example, if they implement this initiative 1 successfully, then definitely the improvement could be maybe 30 to 60 or 30 to 50, maybe, right? So that's the intention of deriving the contribution rate of each of this initiative. The moment when we identify the contribution rate of each of this initiative, then it is very easy to pick and choose the top 2 or top 3 initiatives wherein the organization can put in their entire resources to address these initiatives or to implement these initiatives, so that they can solve the large amount of root causes, right, which is causing higher contribution rate to the problem, right? So this is how an initiatives can be formulated and prioritized to improve the objective. Let's understand, how do we conclude that the initiatives identified by you are effective in delivering KRs, or in other words, are those initiatives delivering results or not? You must perform regular check-ins at least once in a week and make updates to all the KRs with the real progress made. Then perform self-assessment of all the KRs progress with respect to your efforts that is put in on the initiatives. If the key results are not improving, or key results are not improving in line with the efforts you made through initiatives, then it is clear indication that you need to go back and revalidate the initiatives or refine the initiatives. In some cases, you may need to change the initiatives or add an additional initiatives. Hence, it is mandate to perform regular check-ins and update each key results to ensure whether the identified initiatives are yielding results towards the key results.